Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, June 12th, 2020. We are on the last day of the trading week and we're in the final hour of the trading day. My favorite time to trade, make the majority of my buying and selling decisions on my swing trade. This is because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come into the marketplace, they start buying and selling, they start moving the price around. They are dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best information, best technology. And that's when they wake up and really start making their decisions. And they take the price control away from the day traders and algorithms. I consider it smart money. So I like to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions based upon what they are doing. I have had quite a few day trades today that I'll be showing you. So anyway, thank you all for coming. It's always nice to see you. I appreciate you being here. I always look forward to seeing everyone each day. I think we have a great little group, and so thank you for being a part of it and investing your time here. I hope it is helping you with your trading and your investing. So, all right, let's take a look. Quad Racer is here. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Always good to see Quad. Evan, hey, Evan, good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Mohammed is here. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Miko is here. Hello, Miko. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. Bing He is here. Hey, hey. How you doing, Bing He? We've missed you. We've missed you. I know that you got a new job and you can only come on Fridays, but thank you so much for making the time. It's good to see you. Miss seeing you around, and I hope your new job's going well. And Dan is here. Hey, Dan. Nice to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Well, we have had quite a day today. My gosh. I think the Dow at one point, whether it was the futures or whether it was during the regular market, was up 800 points today, which of course sounds like a ton, right? But we had an 1800, 1850 or whatever it was down day yesterday. So, if you drop that far down and you have that much volatility, there's a good chance you might rally, right? But you're probably going to come back to close to halfway of that bar. I had someone tell me yesterday, my gosh, we were down almost 1900 points yesterday. Do you think we can bounce? And if so, how far? And I said, maybe 900 points. If we bounce, we might just continue further. But if we do bounce, that's probably where it will be. And that's exactly where it was. It's exactly where it was. So interesting how that 50% fib number works out. We had such a big down day yesterday on a lot of volume, a lot of volatility. I'm not making a prediction, but somebody asked me, do you think the top's in? And I was like, I kind of do think that the top's in for a while, based upon all that supply that came in. So anyway, we were up 800 points, then we went negative. Now we're back up 300 points. So it has been crazy, crazy, crazy. So the Dow's up 292, up 1.15%. NASDAQ is up 43.52, up 0.45%, and the S&P is up 20.61, up 0.69%. So it's been a swinging market today. Some days you get those days that are just one-way trains, either like yesterday, which is one way down. That's all there was to it. Down, 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 down. And then last week we had some just up days that were just up, up, up. That's all there was to it. But today we are having a bit of swing trading, right? There's some ups and downs, which is good for the type of way I trade, especially when I day trade. So, all right, let's take a look. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Frank. What a week, huh? Thanks for coming, my friend. Always good to see you. Zach is here. Hey, Zach. Nice to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Bing He says, Greg, for UUP trade, the profit target of 50 RSI is only a few percentages away. Yeah, my UUP chart is messed up. I'm missing 2 days in here. Actually, let's see if I can. Here I have some other backup charts. So yeah, right now we're at 45. Let's see. Right now we're at 41 RSI, at least on my charts. So here's 41. It hasn't rejected the 50 yet. Hasn't rejected the 50 yet. Kamal is here. Hey, bud. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Okay, so here's the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Going to get that out of the way. We're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward, either to the upside or the downside. After that, some of you still have some trades up on the board. We're going to take a look at those and see how those are doing. After that, about halfway, we are going to do a little bit on trader psychology, trader philosophy, good trading words of wisdom, things outside of the mechanics of trading that really have to do with the mental side of trading, which is the most important. Trust me. I've been trading for 24 years. Every day I realize it more and more and more, especially if I hear stories from people. And, I have a lot of people tell me stories because they know I'm into trading. And then, of course, I teach lessons and I have Skype calls with prospective clients and I hear their stories. And man, sometimes I just put my head in my hand and just cringe when I hear these stories. And, I'm feeling for them because I've been there in my early days for sure. So anyway, all comes down to trader psychology. We'll talk a little bit about that. After that, we're going to go down through my watch list. We're going to go down through each stock. I have 3 requirements whenever I look to enter a new trade at the end of the day. First requirement, make sure I have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on at least one time frame and ideally on 2 time frames. I look at each indicator like MACD and RSI, ATR channels, moving averages. I look at those as potential groups of buyers, and you will increase your chances dramatically to have a profitable trade if you're in the company of as many other buyers as possible. So that's why I look for a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up, or in another way to say it, a confluence or combination of different groups of buyers coming together at the same place. Step number 2, just always have to make sure that I have a good risk to reward ratio. I want to have at least 2 to 1, meaning that if I'm willing to risk $100, if I'm wrong, hopefully I can make $200 or $300 to the upside if I'm right. And then number 3, always important to keep in mind the different positions you have, and keep in mind how correlated or uncorrelated they are. I like to have uncorrelated positions as much as possible. I don't want to have 4 tech stocks because they're probably going to go up or down altogether. So I want to have things that are, separate from each other. I mean, a lot of different industries in the stock market, they're going to go up or down together anyway, but maybe not quite the correlation. That's why I like to get outside of equity sometimes and go with gold or bond or silver currencies like I have today, just so I get some extra diversification. And then at the end of the day, if I find something that fits all those 3 criteria, I will go ahead and place the trade at the end of the day. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. If you'd like me to take a look at any stock symbols after the market closes and give me my opinion, I'm happy to do that. If there are any stock symbols that you think that you'd like to get my opinion on, that you would be helpful for you or for the group before the market closes, please make sure you put a asterisk or an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive. Okay, and I'll do my best to get to it till the end of the day. And then also after the market closes, if you could wait until after the market closes to update me on any entries or exits, it frees up a little bit more time because I want to make sure they're right. But I'm always up against the clock on this show. So if you could wait till the end, I would really appreciate that. And that's going to be it. So listen, if you could hang tight, I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thanks a lot. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okay. David is here. Good to see you, Dave. Hope you're having a good day. Quad Racer says, mine also shows 41. Okay, good. Frank has a poem for us. Stocks will do whatever they do. How it moves is not up to you. Volume up, volume down. Just like that, it's even flat. RSIs, ATRs, MCDs, and candlesticks, just be careful because money moves quick. Oh, excellent. Let me take one more crack at that. Stocks will do whatever they do. How it moves is not up to you. Volume up, volume down, just like that, it's even flat. RSIs, ATRs, MACDs, and candlesticks, just be careful because money moves quick. It certainly does move quick. Frank, thank you always for taking the time to make those poems. I really appreciate it. I find them very helpful and I'm always impressed. So thank you, sir. Steve Burns, hey buddy. Good to see you, my friend. Always an honor, always a privilege to have you here, Steve. Really mean that. Thank you for all your content and your lessons and for being my coach for over the years. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for putting me on the spy trade on your Twitter list today on Twitter. That's always kind of you. Thank you. Steve says your overnight spy trade was a beauty this morning. It was. I gotta say, it was fantastic. It was really good. But yesterday was a bummer, but I'm happy. Bing He says, what I mean for UUP trade is if the profit margin is about 2%, though risk is 0.5%, it may not be worth to take the trade since the absolute profit is so little. Well, I took it yesterday, not today. That's always a tough one. Because you don't know it's going to get rejected at the 50 RSI. You never quite know. But I mean, I did hit 3 profit targets on it today, so that takes a lot of the risk away for sure. And this chart is not right. I'll have to show you the other chart. Kamal says, Greg, today most equities will have bad V1 bars because of the big down day yesterday, e.g. CSGP. Most equities will have bad V1 bars. Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah, we have V1 bars to the upside, but I'm not even thinking about taking this V1 because one of the rules I have is if the day one bar before you trigger the V1 is, very much larger than 1 ATR, I'm just not going to take it because a large bar like this, what it's telling you is that there was a lot of supply coming into the market, enough supply to move it more than, 1 ATR. From here to here is 1 ATR. So this is a normal day. This is a normal day. This is a larger day. These are normal days. But that was a much larger down day than normal, much larger than noise. So, yeah, that's why it doesn't mean we can't go up, but chances are everybody sold here. What's going to change everybody's mind in the next little while? I guess some news could do it, something like that. But yes, you're right. Marco says, and overnight spy trade rules. Hey, Marco, I'm not sure. Is that a question about the overnight spy trade rules? Bastian, hey, good to see you, Bastian. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Okay, let's get to it. Bonds. So Gary, David, and Frank, and myself were in this trade. We took bonds back here on the 5th of June. We went under 30, over 30. We bounced off the 6th ATR channel, which is significant, and it just moved up and up and up and up, scaled out this entire way. It is definitely more than 1 ATR for my entry. So today, if we close below yesterday's low, which is 162.63, I'll just go ahead and lock in profits on this. But this was a really, really good trade. So next, gold. All right, well, this is going to be confusing. Let me see if I can show you a real chart, and then I'll show you the details. All right, so I took gold back on now I can't see the date. 2 days ago here, we had the 520 crossover. It was such a big bar, I was a little concerned about taking a full position. So I bought a half position, and I said if it backfills around the 50% of this bar, I'll put in my second half. So I bought half here. Yesterday, intraday, I bought half here. I'll show you the numbers in a minute. And then today it gapped up. I hit one profit target. But just so you can see the regular chart, 520 crossover. Bought half here, bought half a little lower, right around the 50% fib, and then up today and did hit one profit target. So let me show you what that looks like. And I also took some other trades here. So this chart's going to be messed up. I apologize, but I did buy my first half at 163.36. I bought my second half at 162.82. So anyway, I'm not sure what the average is. Somewhere in here, about 163, I guess. Oh no, sorry. I bought it here at 163.49. I bought the second half at 162.30. So I'm up on the trade. Okay, so anyway, 520 crossover. Sorry, these charts should be fixed soon. I talked to Trade Navigator today, and they were working on it. But gold is up today at least anyway. So keeping this until I move one ATR for my entry. At that point, if we get a close below the previous day's low, I'll get at half. 5 is still over the 20. So apologize for the chart issue there. Okay, here we go. Another apology coming for UUP, because UUP is also one that's had some difficulties on Trade Navigator. So I did buy UUP yesterday. We went under 30, over 30. We had a nice V2. We had a close under, then close over the third ATR channel, and we also washed out this previous range over here. We went below and then closed back above it. So a lot of different things going on there. It is up today. It's off of its highs, but it is up today, and you can see here's the chart, but these back days. Anyway, but I did buy it at 26.18, hit 3 profit targets today, hit one at the very, very top before it came back down. So Karen, Quad, and Andrea are also in this. So far, so good, and I will be looking for the 50 RSI. SPY. All right, well, real quick, everybody knows the drill, but in case we have some new viewers, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight, I take the overnight risk, and I sell it first thing the next morning. I do this because of Miss Liz Ann Saunders at Bespoke Invest on Twitter. She did a back test since 1993, 2 approaches. Approach number 1, buy the SPY at the open, hold it through the day, sell at the close. This approach every day since 1993 returned a negative 13.9% return. However, the opposite approach is what I use, buy the SPY at the close, hold overnight, take the overnight risk, sell the first thing the next morning. This had a positive 634.2% return compared to a negative 13.9% return. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. It's true. May never work again in the history of the world, but so far it has. And if I'm going to allocate money towards something, it's going to be something that has good back-tested results. Blue lines, buy in the afternoon, hold overnight, sell the next morning. You can see there's ups and downs, but over time, all it has done is go up, 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 up. And the opposite, the buy in the morning, sell in the afternoon, all it's done is basically go flat with a little bit of a loss. So that is why I do buy this. Now, look, I bought Wednesday here at the close on 610 and got just smashed overnight. Not as bad as the whole rest of the day, obviously. I'm glad I got out when I got out. But this morning, or yesterday, I bought it at 361. Sold it this morning at 308.20. So basically, just about got back the loss, the overnight loss that I had. If you remember yesterday, I was like, oh man, I'm not really thrilled about taking the overnight SPY trade after this big monster 1,800 point down day. But I have to stick with the plans, right? And that's what I did. And in this case, I'm really glad that I did. So I'll be buying this again at the end of the day. Okay. Kamal says, for UUP, you can potentially take a larger position because the 2 ATR is pretty small. That's true, but that depends on your max position size rule. Absolutely correct. Steve says, another day of mostly lower highs and lower lows on most charts. Yeah, I'm not really buying this rally after yesterday's big move down really at all. I mean, it was so dramatic, so vicious. Sure, shorts are going to cover down here. People that missed the move up are gonna buy down here on the dip. But what are we up right now? Are we still up? Okay, we're up 257. So it's been all over the place. But this was up over 800 points. Bing he says, Kamal, I am using a fixed small size position. I think fixed small position helps me reduce a lot of losses so far. Good, whatever it takes. Quad says, I got out of TLT as I was nervous with the current market and I was getting close to some resistance levels based on the past highs. Very good. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Appreciate that. Wiener Dog Trading, thank you for coming by. Hope you're having a nice day, man. Okay, let's get to some day trades here. All right, I had some winners. I had some losers. Let's start with the losers. All right, I did buy, this is on the 39-minute bar. I bought SPY here when we went under the 200, closed back over. Now I have support underneath me. If I'm wrong, hopefully I'm wrong fairly small. If I'm right, could be 2-3 times to the upside if I'm correct. But this one did not work. I bought it at 305.60, 39-minute bars. I held on to it for 39 minutes, and it immediately went down ever since I started. So I bought it here at 305.60 and I took a loss 303.40. So I lost about $2.20 on that trade. So that wasn't too great, but I thought it was a pretty good setup. It was a higher low break back over the 200 and a V2, but did not work out this time. Okay. Gold. Now I have gold anyway. But I saw this setup and I mean, it's a good setup and I really wanted to show people this as well. But look at this. Here we have a low. See the deep MACD bars? Then we have a rally. Then we come back down. We test that low. But over here we have no red bars. So we go red, green, deep red, green, equal to or lower than this previous low, but no red. This is a double bottom with the bullish divergence. But when you have that, you need a trigger. Well, here's my trigger. False breakout to the downside of this low and a V1. So I bought it here at 162.71. It went up, 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 and then it rejected the 50 moving average and I got out here. So not a huge trade, but 162.71 to 162.82 doesn't sound like a lot, but trading on a 5-minute bar with the 2 ATRs, you position size up pretty big, so it can be it can be rewarding. I mean, it was a good trade, happy with it. But what I really wanted to show you was this double bottom with the bullish divergence and then multiple triggers, false breakout to the downside, V1, blah 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 blah, and you can see I got out here. So, I'm happy with that trade, and now it's kept going, but I'm still glad because I have a core position in it, on a swing trade. Okay, now I had three trades on the Qs today. Here we go. Here's a V2. Bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. Bar 2 washes out bar 1. Bar 3 closes above bar 1's close. It also washed out this previous low. I bought it here at 23.05. Immediately went up, 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 up. Now, here, you see the V1 to the downside? If we switch to the 39-minute chart, it happened here. Do you see how it was on the higher time frame? It was right up against the 10 EMA. Doesn't mean it can't go up there, but that's certainly resistance. So what I did was I decided to switch my position. Remember, I bought it here, long, up, 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 up. I switched my position to short here at 237.26 because I had made a nice profit. Looking at the 39-minute bar, I had that 10 EMA above me, and I thought, well, I had the profits here. If I was wrong, I was gonna be wrong really small because it would just be anything up above this bar. Moved sideways, kind of threatened that it was going to, but then it came down, 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 and I got out here at 236 even when we closed above the previous day's close high. So I got in at 237.26, got out at 236 even. And then I took this trade. We went under 30, over 30, V1, under the third ATR channel, over the third ATR channel. I bought it, immediately went down. I was like, oh, gosh dang it. But I held it. My stop was a close below the 30 RSI, and it moved up, moved up, moved up, moved up, moved up. And then here it lost the 50 RSI. So I got in here at 232.90, out at 233.65. And that's it. So I'll take those off. So 3, 4, 5, but I had 4 out of 5. Anyway, look at the cues right now. Above the 1 ATR channel, into the value zone. If we can get some sideways motion, if I was going to be day trading this, I'm not because I'm teaching, but that's what I would, up here above, right back here in the value zone. Okay. Now, let's take a look, see what's going on. What's the market doing now? Only up 194. Okay. Okay, so Penske & Company bought here at 33 even, higher low V1, moved up, down, down, big up yesterday, big reversal yesterday, and now down. See, this concerns me because we have this sideways motion. It's consolidating sideways, and now we've broken to the downside. So anyway, any changes on that, Penske, let me know. Frank did buy DraftKings back here at 37.64. Initially moved up nicely, then down, up a little bit today. Snap, Frank also bought Snap here at 18.75, which has been a nice trade. Beautifully moved up, had a small pullback, had another leg up. Of course, we had the big down day yesterday, but this is up 21 cents, up 1% here. So that's still profitable, fantastic. David bought, this was a really nice trade. Look, we have this V1 here, and we also have a false breakout of this, the lows of these ranges. Down, reverse back up, immediately went up, down a little bit, huge day, up, and we had a big day down. Today it's up a little bit, but he's still up on the trade. Alibaba, all right, so Frank, a bunch of us actually took this trade. We had this return to value, sideways motion. We had a V1 bullish engulfing bar. Not sure if we had the 520 cross or if it happened the next day, but bought it here at 206.09. Went up, went up, went up. I think I got out here, and then it went up a little bit and down, then up further, but looks like Frank is still in this. So anyway, nice trade, Frank. GIB, another great trade that I look at this every time and think, why did I not buy this? This is a perfect setup. Close below the 1 ATR channel, reverse back in, slight pullback, V1, 520 cross, bullish engulfing, bought it here at 62.18, just moved up beautifully. Frank and Kamal had this trade. Kamal got out yesterday when we closed below the previous day's low, and it's up slightly right now for Frank. I'm sorry, it's up a lot for Frank, but I mean it's up slightly on the day is what I mean. Look at this, everybody. Quad and Penske & Company. They bought this under 30, over 30 V2, moved up, kind of went sidewards. Then look at this V1 bar that happened, right? This is a higher low V1. If you hadn't taken it here, actually, I would have liked this setup better because it's a higher low. But anyway, kept them in the trade, up 4.12% today. Okay, and Okay, so UNG is another one of these charts that's not working for me. I apologize. Gary and I and a bunch of other people bought UNG right here at 11:35. I had to get out the next day because it closed halfway below. My the washout bar moved up, sideways, sideways, sideways. Oh, that's not even. Let's try to do this some justice here. Here's the real chart. It was up yesterday and then boom, it's down today, which is a bummer. So anyway, Gary, hope you have a plan in place for that. Uh, yeah, Quad Racer. It's going to be close for me on TLT also. Right now it is below yesterday's low, but who knows what happens at the end of the day. Glenn, hey buddy, good to see you. Hi Greg, sitting on the sidelines, nothing to buy. I totally agree. Good to see you, Glenn. Frank says, Greg, at what point would you consider an IPO as a trading candidate? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever really traded an IPO other than SPCE, but I mean, I need at least a certain amount of days so that I have indicators on my charts. You know what I mean, Frank? I mean, take your DraftKings. I mean, it's so new that the only thing that's showing up is the 5 EMA. If I had to trade it, it was an IPO, and I didn't have my other indicators up there. I mean, you're always going to have RSI. Well, maybe not within the first 20 days. If I had to trade an IPO without indicators, I would just go with the V1, V2. That'd be enough for me. Zach says, Quicken. Do you have the symbol, Zach, for Quicken? Oh, look at this big bearish bar on gold here. Big V1 bearish reversal. See the big down bar? See the current bar? I'll bet you if we get right about here, we're going to stall out, right? After you have big down bars, it's not unusual to have a move back up, but it's going to be tough to get above halfway that washout bar. I'm sorry, of the big down bar. Here, we'll do this as a test. Here's the halfway, roughly, right about there. Let's see. And that's the same thing with the market, everybody. I mean, look at the big down bar. Okay, I can get rid of these trades. One thing I wanted to show you. Yesterday's bar, do you see? It's from here to here. Well, that's an optical illusion. It looks like a big bar, but it is actually from here. See the previous day's close? It's actually measured from here down to here. So this bar is an optical illusion. The real bar, because of the gap, the real bar is actually this long, not this long. And look, if you go from here, well, here, let's just do it. If you go from here to here, where's the 50% fib number if we have a bounce back up? Right where we made the high today. Do you see that? The real range of the bar is from the previous close down to here. 50% Fibonacci is right there. And man, if it didn't just make the high exactly there. Isn't that amazing? I guess I'm kind of a geek as far as trading goes because that stuff is unbelievable to me. So, all right. So listen, before we go down through my watch list, before we see if there's any trades at the end of the day, keeping in mind 3 requirements. 1, confluence or combination of indicators lining up. Number 2, good risk to reward ratio based upon valid support, likely resistance. And 3, make sure you're cognizant of the correlations between your positions. Don't want to have too many correlated stocks in the same industry. So we're going to do that, but quickly, I want to talk about a little bit of trader psychology. There's some really good Facebook pages out there, really good Twitter pages out there that spend a lot of time, burn a lot of calories on posting good, helpful information, words of wisdom for us. And today is from Stephen Burns, our friend Stephen Burns at @SJosephBurns on Twitter. He's in the chat with us right now, which is always a thrill. But let's see what Steve says. This is short and to the point, but boy, does it mean a lot. The quicker you can learn to take a small loss in your trades, the faster you will learn to become a profitable trader. All right, everybody, all at once. The quicker you can learn to take a small loss in your trades, the faster you will learn to become a profitable trader. Listen, the hardest thing in the world is taking a position, having it go against you, but you have a certain personality that does not want to take a loss. Your ego gets in the way and says, I don't want to take a loss. I think it's low enough. Well, about 85% of the time, you'll be right. And it will come back and you're like, see? Yeah, that's all I have to do is hang on. Then, every once in a while, about 15% of the time, you're going to have a monster move against you that will keep going down and down and down. And you will have given anything to have gotten out on that first loss. But the larger that loss gets and grows and gets and grows, the more difficult it is emotionally to get rid of it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have been there. Listen, I did that back when I was just starting out with a lot of money. I rode WorldCom and Enron down to zero. I know what I'm speaking of. That's why you can hear the emotion in my voice. What I would have given to take a quick $10,000 loss and go, oh well, that's it. It was many, many, many times that because I just couldn't let go and I thought it would come back. Man, I know of what I speak here. That's why please listen to me. Please internalize this. The first loss is the easiest loss. Then you can just get done with it. It's off your mind and you can look for a better setup. But boy, if you have a hard time taking a loss, you are going to have a hard time with trading. So what Steve says, the quicker you can learn to take a small loss in your trades, the faster you will learn to become a profitable trader. In other words, you're not going to become a profitable trader if you can't take small losses, right? Anyway, thank you so much, Steve. When I read this, I was like, wow, yep. I mean, this is a huge, huge thing. And how do you take small losses? You position size correctly. You have valid support below you. You just get out quickly when you are below your support. That's all there is to it. It's not that difficult. So if you have a hard time taking a small loss, you need to work on that, friend. All right? All right. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that, bud. Kamal says, shop has a V1. And by the way, Zach, you were asking about Quicken. I don't know the symbol. Shopify. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. But here's the thing, Kamal. See how we have a lower high than this? See how this high here? Then we come back down. Now we make a lower high. This high is lower than that high. If I have a lower high, I want to wash out that low. You know the trades we take when we had the V1s and also the false breakouts to the downside? I don't think I would take this because we made a lower high. And most likely we're going to really run into some resistance here. And the market has a weird way of wanting to go back down and test and set off those stops. Plus, this was such an ugly bar yesterday. I mean, it's okay. Let's look at the weekly. It's pretty high. It's the second ATR channel. I mean, you know, I guess I would consider it up there. Certainly not at the third ATR channel. It's okay. You know, we're below halfway of yesterday's bar. which isn't good. Zach says, no, sorry, Greg. Was asking Frank if he was referencing that due to the Quicken loans. Oh, I see. Steve says, I don't think Quicken has gone public. Okay, thanks. Zach says, I don't believe they have either. Khalid, hello. How you doing, Khalid? Hi. I hope you all are doing great. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming today. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again. Zach says, I love when you show the fib. It's accurate so often. Yeah, it's not accurate all the time, but pretty dang accurate. And today it was like to the penny. It sounds like. Tim Bates, hello friends. Hey Tim, nice to have you back. Thank you, sir. Steve says the one thing almost all profitable traders have in common is they can keep losses small. That's it. It's not that difficult. Just like I read Steve's post, right? I don't know how you can be profitable if you have big losses. I don't know. I seriously don't know how you can do it. Digging out of a hole of a huge drawdown is brutal if you're lucky, and ruinous if you give up. 100%. You know, if everything has gone against you and you're in a big drawdown, man, there's nothing wrong just sitting on the sidelines, taking a few days off, and then when you go back to trading very, very small, right? And just trying to get some profit on your books a little bit to give you a little bit of confidence. I mean, you know, with me, I mean, if I get into a drawdown and a drawdown and a drawdown, yeah, I mean, it shakes my confidence. I mean, I still go ahead and I trade, but you know, when I'm in a good move up, you know, when I'm in a winning phase, I just trade better all the way around because you have more confidence. You're not sweating the money. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see where we're at. All right, let me do a quick check on tests on. All right, so bonds looks like I'm going to be getting out most likely. Gold is still fine for me, still has the 520 cross. UUP is the dollar. Nice day up today, 3 profit targets. SPY had the nice overnight gap. We'll be buying that again today at the close. And Qs, oh, I don't need those there. That was the day trade. All right, let's get to it. Let's go down quickly, see if there's anything here. Apple, are we up today or down today? Oh, what's up? Look, I'd love to buy Apple if I could get it at a reasonable price. A reasonable price would be here in the value zone. We had big down day yesterday. Today we gapped up right about halfway because the real bar is from here to here. Lost it. We are up $2.44, but not all that much. Love to buy Apple here. Don't want to buy it here. Just want to wait till the value zone. Adobe up nicely today. Wow, big gap up, but again, waiting for a pullback to value. Amazon is down. So GM's doing well with her puts. 2,600 strike price, so she is in the money. I think they expired, yep, on the 19th, so she's doing well. Amazon actually down a little bit. Where would I want to buy Amazon? Well, right here in the value zone, if I could get a V1 or a V2. Boeing, huge move up. Was fortunate to have that trade. Huge move back down. If it comes back down in the value zone, I'll look for it. Alibaba is up nicely for Frank. Nice trade on that. Looking for a V1, V2. Berkshire Hathaway is up today, but look, we closed below the value zone. So now I have to look at it two ways. If it goes back down, I'll look for a deep dip buy at the 30. Conversely, have it come up into the value zone, come down a couple days, look for a higher low V1 to enter the position that way. Beyond Meat. It's in the value zone. It's moving sideways. Just need another day of sideways in a V1, V2. Caterpillar, I don't see anything there. Carnival Cruise Line was huge up, came into the value zone, bounced right back up, but nothing there. The Dow, well, look at this. Way extended, now into the value zone. 1 day of sideways motion. Get another day of sideways motion, V1, V2. So, you know, Better than buying up here, waiting for a pullback to value. They always come. You never know when, but they do come back to value. I want to buy in value and sell above value. I don't want to buy above value and have to sell at value. Walt Disney, don't see anything there. Etsy, don't see anything on Etsy. Facebook, above the value zone. Now we're into the value zone. 1 day sideways motion. That's great. So I'm looking for another day of sideways motion, V1, V2. Gold, my charts are all jacked up, but it is up today. One profit target there. Google into the value zone, sideways motion. Need another day of sideways motion, then I can get interested. Goldman Sachs, a lot of these are going to just be back in the value zone. It's a perfect example. Everybody being above the value zone, coming back into the value zone. Buy in the value zone or below value, not above value. That's how I look at it. Home Depot, of course, we had that huge move up that just never did anything but go up and then crack down. Look at the volume yesterday. Today we got up to about 50% of the fib and rejected. So sideways motion. IBB, it's a V1, but I'm not taking a V1 up against this large of a bar. Intel, nothing. Maybe wait for the 200. See the 200 in the third ATR channel convergence there, a negative third. That would be a good spot. Russell is up today, hanging out in the value zone. J&J, big bar yesterday. CarMax bounced from the value zone up, but nothing there. Coca-Cola, value zone. So this is more of a wait and see. Lockheed Martin in the value zone, lost the 200. MasterCard in the value zone. So a lot of these are just for next week. I'm not seeing a lot today. McDonald's in the value zone. Merck below the 1 ATR channel. So pull back into the value zone and then a slight down and then a higher low V1 would be awesome. Microsoft came into the value zone yesterday. We're still into the value zone. You know, I said yesterday, throwing a big rock into a lake, you have a lot of commotion with the water and it takes a while for things to calm down. Well, I think that's what's happening right now. We're going to take a few days and see if things can calm down. Nike in the value zone. Philip Morris looks like it's losing the value zone. PayPal. Yeah, I don't see much. Technically on the Qs, we have a V1, but not up against this bar. Remember, the bar's not this big. It's that big. Not from here to here, but from here to here. Silver down a little bit. Now, look, on the SPY, we did reject the 200-day moving average. So, you know, with the rejection of the 200-day, technically, you could buy that with just getting out with a close below the 200. I'm not going to do it. I don't trust this big move down yesterday that we had. And now the risk to reward's not all that great either. You know, if we closed right here, yeah, maybe. But now my risk is from here to here. So, and I had the overnight SPY trade anyway, right? Teladoc, below the value zone, into the value zone, 1 down day, 2 down days. If I could get a higher low V1 on Monday here, be great. Bonds I have, looks like I'm going to have to lock in profit because it's closing below the previous day's low. Tesla down again today. You know, if I really want to buy Tesla, wait till it comes to value. Twitter, you know, it's rejecting the 200-day moving average, but I'm just a little concerned about that day yesterday. So if I take something today, it's going to have to be awfully good. United Continental up 17% today. Wow. UNG, that's not looking so good. UNH, nothing. Oil down 6% today, but we're back to the value zone, so I'll be looking in the coming days for some trades down there. The dollar I took, good day today, 3 profit targets. VIX, look at this. Boom. And then you see here, Zach, we had the big up bar day. It opened halfway, then we went right back up and then turned right back around. Oh, now we're up 500 points. Whoa. But now we're back at halfway, right? So if I was really looking to buy something here, I might go to like the 39 minute and look for a trigger, because now we're holding half Fibonacci of last bar. So I'd go to a smaller time frame, maybe look for a higher low V1 here or something, a return to value, something there. V1 on Verizon in the value zone, but the bar's too big and no sideways motion. Walgreens holding in the value zone. Walmart had this sidewards motion, could have gone either way, and then bump to the downside. So I'm glad Kamal got out of that yesterday. Energy hanging out in the value zone. Financials hanging out in the value zone. So we could have a lot of possible trades next week. Real estate, no. I did short it here, took a little profit here, but then I had to get out here when it went above me. XLU in the value zone, sideways motion in the value zone. Healthcare did bounce off the 200, but that's about all. And Zoom. So honestly, I don't see anything here really whatsoever. I'm going to have to get out of TLT. I know that. Going to buy the SPY. Holding UUP. Holding gold. Man, I wish my charts weren't messed up here. But here's gold. So we're still under the 520 crossover. So that's all legit right there. Frank says, a sign in my garden reads, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. Oh man, that's beautiful. Can I put that on Twitter, Frank? That's just really poignant. That's really good. Kamal says, check out the TVIX bar. Wow. You know, if somebody said, you have to buy or sell this, I'd say buy. We have the big up bar. We're holding halfway. We're still above the 200-day moving average. We're above the 50 RSI. Not that, there's a real signal here, but if somebody said one way or the other, it would be to the upside. So who knows? Quad says, have to jump in a meeting for work. Have a great weekend. Greg, I am only in UUP. I got it out of HGL. 10-4. Roger that. Okay, got you out of there. Glenn says, SP 500 needs to close above 30.44 today, or we have an engulfing bar on the weekly. Oh, let's take a look. Yeah. It looks bullish and engulfy to me right now. Boston says, thanks for today. I am tired and will go to bed. Have a nice weekend. Gotcha. Thank you, Boston, for coming. Appreciate that. Hope you have a good night's sleep and have a nice evening. Good day and weekend tomorrow. All right, so we have about 4 minutes. All right, so yeah, I don't see anything today, everyone. I'm not sure I'm going to see anything for a couple days until this settles down. And I mean, intraday trades, sure. But right now, I don't see anything other than my overnight SPY trade. And TLT, I'm going to go ahead and get out of. All right, that's done. Gold's doing fine, UUP's doing fine. Okie dokie. Oh, give me 1 sec. I have to grab something. Okay. So again, TLT, I am getting out. Looks like we're going to close below the previous day's low. Gold is fine. Still under the 520 cross. UUP is fine off of its highs, but that's one of the reasons why I do like to scale. You know, because now with the scaling, I got out of 2 position sizes at higher levels than we are now. So that's, you know, that's always good. And SPY had a nice overnight SPY trade. We'll be buying that with some trepidation. So let's see. KR is down for Pinsky. DKNG is up today. That's good for Frank. Snap up for Frank. Good. David having a nice day on CRM. Frank having a good day on Alibaba. Frank, still nice trade on GIB up today. Oh no, HGL is down. Oh no, it's, what just happened? There must not be a lot of volume in this trade, in this. Oh yeah, look. Pump, 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 pump. Yeah, you have to be careful with those kind of. And then UNG, that's down for Gary. All right, well, looks like I'll be buying the SPY, and that is it. Let's watch the last minute here. Oh, that was that. All right. So listen, if you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. If you want me to take a look at any other charts, I'm happy to do that. If you have any updates for me on the current positions that are here on the board, if you have any exits or new entries, please let me know. But just real quick before I do that, just need to put in my quick little plug for the day. Hope it's okay with you, but just want to let everybody out there know that I do teach private one-on-one lessons via Skype in the evening time. I love to teach. I've been doing it a while. I really enjoy it. I have really good success with my clients. I've been trading for 24 years. I've studied with some really good coaches and mentors over the years, and I've studied with them one-on-one because I think that's the best way to learn. But our Stephen Burns, I've studied a couple years with, Dr. Alexander Elder, Kerry Lavorne, Larry Williams. And so what I teach in my course is I basically teach everything. I just compile everything that I've learned from these 4 different traders and educators, and I combined it kind of into my own trading kung fu. And that's how I trade, right? I combine everything I've learned from all 4 into kind of my approach. So that's what I teach. It's a long form class, the one-on-one lessons with me. The courses, there's five sessions. Each session is 3 hours, so it's a total of 15 hours. So we go over a lot of things. Basically, the format is that I teach you a specific lesson about the first hour and a half. I teach the second hour and a half. I ask you questions. I have you teach it back to me. We go through tons and tons of charts, and I have you break down the charts. Where's your next trade? What's better, this chart or that chart? Where's your entry? Where's your exits? Where's your profit targets? Where's your ultimate profit target? Where's your intermediate term profit? Where's your end of day stop? Where's your emergency stop? But I think you really would like the class. I put a lot of energy into it. It's very important to me that my students, when they get done with the class, have a good understanding. And so, yeah, if you're interested in taking it, if you'd like to improve your trading, please let me know. I mean, I don't teach anything in the class that I don't teach here, but it's different. I promise you, it's different than just sitting back and listening here, because it's interactive. I'm asking you questions. I'm trying to throw you curveballs, right? So anyway, if you're interested in taking this course with me, and I hope you do, please contact me. You can send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. And if you do message me, then what I like to do is set up a free Skype call. It's free. There's no sales pressure. It's not a sales call. I promise you that. At the end of the call, I say, look, if you're interested, email me tomorrow or not, right? It's not like I'm asking you to sign up. I just want to answer your questions that you have about me and the course. I want to ask you some questions about you and your trading, what your goals are, right? And if we feel like it's a good fit, then we'll just go ahead and schedule it. And if it's not, then that's fine, right? And it was nice speaking with you face to face. So anyway, if you've been thinking about it, it is $1,000, but I think it's money well spent. I think when you're done, you'll go, that's like a really good $1,000 that I spent. And then if you do like today's podcast, or if you like this channel, if you could hit the thumbs up button for me, I would really, really appreciate it. It does help build the channel. There's a lot of people out there that need help with trading, to learn good trading principles. And I think if we could get them here and they watch on a regular basis, I think hopefully it will sink in and help them. And so that's why I started this channel. So, okay, there's my plugs. Thank you for, tolerating them, right? And let's see if anybody has any questions. Frank says, there are news reports of millennials and Gen Zs turning the stock market into a gambling casino. No joke. Yeah, I've heard that. I know a lot of people that took their stimulus money and just put it into the market. I know several people that have done that. Frank said, it have to admit DKNG is getting on my nerves. Oh, I have to admit DKNG is getting on my nerves. Yeah, well, it's holding the bottom of this range. It's holding the 50 RSI. At least it was up today. Evan says, could you analyze ATVI for me? Evan, if we were in a class right now, I'd say, Evan, why don't you analyze it for me? You want to take a crack, Evan? Do you want to take a crack at it and kind of tell me what you see, possibly? Type it in. Or we could start it this way. Do you think I'm going to say I like it or I don't like it? I'm a slow typer. Okay, just look at it and say Greg would like this or he wouldn't like this. And David, you said LMT. Do you mean TLT? Did I have you in LMT? Oh, LTM. I think you're talking about TLT. So here's the thing, Evan and Kamal. Yes, you're right. But the sideways motion that I need is when we're above the value zone and we come into the value zone. That's when I need the sideways motion. Like Kamal said, this is a higher low V1. So here we start below the 1 ATR channel. We come into the value zone. I don't need sideways motion, but what I do need is a bar 1 that's not larger than 1 ATR. This is much larger than 1 ATR. So yes, it's a higher low V1 in the value zone. which is good, but the filter that I have is this day one bar here is larger than 1 ATR. And why is that important? It means that when you have a bar that's larger than 1 ATR to the downside, that there was an extraordinary amount of selling going on. So the chances of being able to just go right back up diminish greatly if the bar was larger than noise, than if it was larger than normal, meaning it was a big down bar. So I would not take this trade. Yes, it's a V1. Yes, it closed over 50. But the day one bar is larger than 1 ATR. See, from here to here is 1 ATR. From here to here is 1 ATR. You can just look at this and go from here to here. Oh, this bar is bigger than from here to here. So no, I wouldn't take that. But Kamal is right. It's a higher low V1. But just to, clarify, the sideways motion, I don't need sideways motion on a higher low V1, V2. I need sideways motion on when I have a return to value V1, V2. See, here we're above the 1 ATR channel. Here we come into the value zone. Here we get the sideways motion. Then we get the V1. That's what I'm looking for. But here this is larger. So no, I would not take this. Okay, anybody else out of TLT? I have Gary and I have Frank left here. I got out today with the close under the low of yesterday's low. That was a good trade. Just kind of nice and steady. So I'm going to put this over here. Okay, hope that helped. There's two types of, there's a return to value V1, like on BABA, where we're above the value zone, into the value zone. That's when I need sideways motion. But here's an example of a higher low V1. We're below the value zone. We come into the value zone. We have sideways motion, which is better, but you don't need it. But you see the V2 that I took, V1 that I took, see how the bar is little? I can take it in front of a little bar, but not in front of a big bar. And if we look at the Qs today, yesterday's bar was massive. It was from here to here. Yes, we had a V1, we did, but I'm not taking it. And it makes sense, right? Yesterday's fresh on your mind. It was huge selling, indiscriminate selling. Are the chances more likely we're just going to go right back up like it never happened? I mean, anything's possible in this market, but I would say less likely. Thanks, Kamal. Hope you have a good weekend, my friend. Okay, let me take a look real quick and see. All right, so I got into SPY today at 304.21. Wow, that was some kind of overnight gappy on that, but I had a big undernight gappy, right? Overnight loss gap there, but made it back here. So good for that. Good for that. And I'm glad I got out when I did. So I have gold, UUP, which is dollar and SPY. That's it. Kamal says the V2s on Mondays are also going to be large bars. Yeah, Ones that we didn't have V1s on today will be large. If we do get V2s, they'll be large bars because this is yesterday was still bar 1. I think it's going to take another 2 or 3 days in order for things to kind of mellow out here. Just because yesterday's big bar is, for me, is a filter from getting into a lot of trades. Oh, and Frank, I wanted to ask you again, and no pressure. If it's not okay, just tell me, no problem. But that's such a good sign you have in your garden. I'd like to share that on Twitter, but I want to ask your permission first. And no sweat if you say no, 100%. Uh, let's see. All right. Well, geez, we ended up 447 points. It's crazy. What a move today. My gosh, if we look at the cues, I'm sorry. Yeah, if we look at the cues on the 5-minute during the day, I mean, the amount of swings were unbelievable. Look at these up and down and up and down and up and down and up. Yeah. Karen says, thanks, Greg. Have a great weekend. You are welcome, and thank you, Karen. And when you're ready to restart our lessons, you just let me know, okay? I want to get those taken care of for you. All righty. Well, listen, last chance for questions. Otherwise, I'm going to put my hiking boots on, go for a walk up in the mountains. Nice and sunny today. Just a little bit of a breeze, so that'll be nice. Frank says, yeah, that bar is crazy. I guess it's a sign that SPY got defended at 300. Yeah, well, sometimes you have those round numbers have a lot of psychological significance. Buyers, if you're under 100, a lot of people say, I'll sell when it gets to 100. If it's 120, people say, I'll buy it when it gets back to 200. Frank says, okay, it's okay. Good to know. Just wanted to ask. Miko, thanks, Greg. Enjoy your weekend. You too, sir. Hope you're doing well. So, all right. Well, interesting week. All in all, I was pretty happy with it. I was thankful yesterday that I sidestepped a lot of that, which I'm glad. But the reason I did was because when we were up here in La La Land, I just wasn't taking any positions, right? I was selling into that move, not buying any positions. And you always hear me talk about, I'm not buying up here, I'm not buying up here, I'm waiting, right? And a lot of times it comes back to value. But just in general, think about it. Buying at value, selling over value makes sense. Buying under value, selling in value makes sense. But buying over value generally is not a good idea. All right, well, I'm just going to say Frank. A post from Frank, because it was a post from you. Okay. All right. Well, listen, just a quick reminder to please have a good weekend. Be good, be safe. Try to go out and do something nice for somebody every day. Just a smile or a wave or act of kindness or just being pleasant, right? Just being pleasant's like a big thing these days in this world. So, and like I say, 100% scientifically proven to increase your, to improve your trading results if you're nice. right? Okay. Okay. Well, listen, be safe. Have a nice weekend. Hopefully we'll see you on the flip side on Monday, and we'll see what this market, oh, Jim Rohn. Okay. I'll make sure to put that in there. Oh yeah, thank you, Dan, and thumbs up. If you could hit the thumbs up before you click on out of here, I would greatly appreciate that. So, okay, everybody, have a good one. Thanks, Bing He. Good to see you, buddy. Hope your new job's going well. Really glad to have you back. If all we can get you is on Fridays, that's fantastic. I look forward to seeing you on Fridays. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it, my friend. Okay. Okay, take care. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.